Hello there, vinyl community and YouTube. Welcome back to JorgenS. Seen my cool shirt? I did an X-ray and then something went wrong. Just kidding. Hello there, Aural Retentive. Michael, congratulations to 100 subscribers. I just discovered your channel, and it will be very interesting to follow it. You seem to have a very good musical taste, and many artists that I also think is great, so it will be very interesting to follow your channel, and congratulations to your 100 subscribers. You have a contest, and it looked very interesting, even though I don't have all that much experience of what you asked for. You wanted us to show boxes, records from one single album, double album, triple album, and all the way up to a box that's as much as we have. And I don't have all that much boxes, mostly because many of them are so expensive, and it's just turned out that way, that I've concentrated more on double or single albums. Right now I feel it's easier to have the time to listen through double or single albums. Listen through entire box set takes a whole lot of time after all. But I have put together what I have, and I hope it's enough. If it isn't, it was fun to do the video anyway. I don't understand if you feel that it might be not enough, but hopefully it's enough. So let's start with some boxes or records. First of all, a singles album. You want me also to tell a story about it. It depends on what you call a story. I don't have that much story to everybody, but maybe I can, if I don't have a real story, maybe I can tell a story about the artist, who knows. Such as this one. What I'm going to choose as a single album that I haven't chosen before. I chose a German group from the 80s, the 80s synth-pop era, that today is very forgotten, sadly forgotten. This is Humpe Humpe. Humpe Humpe consists of sisters Inga and Agnete Humpe, who were part of German groups Duff and Ideal. This album they made with just themselves, and it's a very, very interesting band, because they very, very special in their fashion and in their style, and very typical 80s new wave-ish style, but the music is extremely well made. They had a hit with a song called Yamaha. It's on this song, on this album, and that is a very, very special song, which they more or less only name Japanese labels as the lyric. It's an extremely odd and special song. Look that up, Yamaha. But it became a huge hit, at least here, not a huge hit, but a middle hit here in Sweden anyway. It's very, very dreamy. It's 80s style, synth pops, and relaxing. I like it very, very much. This is produced by Roma Baran and Connie Plank, but I like it very much, from 1985. Humpe Humpe Yamaha. Humpe Humpe, and the album is self-titled, sorry. Double album. Also hard to know what I should pick, because I have some double albums, but I picked this one. Bruce Springsteen's The River, and a classic one. I'm sure that many of you have it. I wouldn't be surprised if you had it also, Mike. But the story here is from when I bought it, because I bought I bought it at one of my trips to Stockholm that I do time to time, sometimes every year. This was maybe 8 to 10 years ago, and as I still remember the feeling. I bought it at Hot Records, I think it is, in a place outside Stockholm called Solna, and it is a place where I think at least 3 record stores are in the same street opposite each other, looking angry at each other. It's a very, very special place, and I remember the feeling when, as I always have when I walk into Stockholm record stores, the excitement, the feeling of digging through records and finding something that I really think is special, and knowing that I will remember this finding maybe for the rest of my life when I bought this record. I found this one in a dollar bin, and looked really nice for $1, and I was extremely happy to find this one for only $1. So remember the excitement of finding this one and digging through the bin in Stockholm. Really special feeling to me. It's one of the reasons why I go there each and every year. Triple. Now we're getting into what are a box. Not a real story about this one, but I chose this one. This is Count Basie, a box set. Count Basie and his orchestra, 1944 to 52, and bought this one at Sundsvall Record Fair. Released on Music's Jazz Anthology, label that have released some really great stuff. But I also realized when I bought this one that one of the records, I think this one, featuring Lester Young, I already had as a original album, single album releasing. This is a live album, but the sound is so-so to be a live concert, but I still think this one is a really great one. Remembering the happiness when I dug in, I think I paid very low price for it. I think around $3 or something like that for this one. So I remember the happiness when I found it at Sundsvall Record Fair a couple of years ago. 4 albums. Here we come to a record that doesn't look all that good. It is the shape of this box set is not all that good, but still I wanted to have it, and it is this box set of maybe worst shape I've seen on the record, but this is Norman Granz Jazz at Philharmonic in a 4 LP box set. And the reason why I bought it, because even although it is in this shape is that I was very doubtful when I saw it from to begin with, but I also realized how often do I find a box set with 4 records with Jazz at the Philharmonic, Norma Grant's project. It's not all that often. This one is 50s or 60s release, and I felt like to hell with the shape of the box itself, because the records themselves are in very good condition, and I felt like that's what matters, and it has a box, so I keep it anyway because I wanted so much to have a box set with the Jazz at the Philharmonic. To show something with 4 records that are in much better shape, I have a little bonus, and it's this box set with Jimmy Lansford from 1939 to 40. It is a CBS release. Really great one. Classic big band music on 4 albums with this great sheet also, and these records. So extremely happy about this one. I don't have anything with 5 records, unfortunately. Yes, I do have with 5 records. Sorry, I mixed it up. 5 records, as high as I can go. I have this one, Just Jazz, an Italian release, an Italian box set, whose records is extremely ordinary in Sweden. Here in Sweden, singles. That's a single album in different flea markets, because many don't realize that this actually is a box, part of a box set. But it is an extremely great release that I actually got from a friend. And one of the main reasons why I'm not normally too fond of these Italian releases, because they are not the best stuff that they're releasing. But this one of the albums in this box set was with my favorite pianist, Lenny Tristano. And he plays a whole lot of great stuff here, Requiem, All the Things You Are, Goes to a Chance, G minor complex, and so on. So number one reason why I wanted it, but I have a story behind this one, is that when I got this one, the friend of mine didn't realize it wasn't complete. This one was missing, but I found this one, the Lenny Tristano version of it, in Stockholm for $4. So I could complete this box set and with it, and then I was extremely happy. Otherwise, we also have Earl Hines here, and I think it is 60s, 50s and 60s recordings. Not too fond of Ornette Coleman, but here it is. Not 1965. Fletcher Henderson, and recordings from the 30s with his big band, and also Dizzy Gillespie, Dizzy Gillespie Jam from 1977. And as many of the, depends on what you would like to call this, a 5 or 6. I call it a 5, but official 5, because in many of these boxes contains a bonus album that are not mentioned on the album itself. So it's really not part of the box set, but it is still is a bonus that they squeeze in with something. And in this case, we have Ellington and Basie together. That's what I call a bonus. Duke Ellington and Count Basie. Depends on Mike when you want to call it this 5 box sets, because 5 of them are official together, or 6 album box sets, because it contains a bonus that is not officially a part of the box set. But that is my response anyway. My box sets, I have more box sets actually on CD than I have on vinyl, maybe because I find CD box sets for a lower price nowadays, I guess. But fun to find it when I do, because they are very, very fine stuff. It always contains the best stuff, the most unusual, as well as the ordinary, and you get much for the price you pay for it, and that's what I like about them. So I hope to be able to find more of them in the future than I have right now. So Mike, once again, congratulations to 100 subscribers, and I hope that everything is right with you and everybody else. I'm going to do part 2 of my trip to Umeå, which will contains it will be mainly focused on the record fair. A whole lot of records from the record fair there, so check that one out if you want to see me digging through records. Until next time, take care everybody, and so long.